Let's make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Off and running on a Wednesday morning. Glad to have you along on our Wednesday get-together. Justin Miller, his smiling face, welcome us to a 6 a.m. here. And big thanks to our friends over at Willis Automotive for helping power the rush, of course, for all of your automotive needs, whatever it is. I spent too many years thinking that Willis Automotive was just for luxury brands and new cars. They got everything that can help you out. I have been blessed to have turned to Willis for all of my care or service needs, because man, what an awesome team over there. They do a great job, and locally owned and operated, and all those wonderful things that we talk about with a lot of our sponsors. Justin, how was your Tuesday night?
Good. Megan and I went out for sushi with a couple of good friends of ours that we haven't seen in a while, so that was always fun to catch up.
You got the job. Now you can go out to eat, start to live life. Look at you.
Crazy.
Breathe easy, sleep better, all of those wonderful things, right?
It's
Sushi
weird,
guy, huh?
I do love sushi.
Yeah, me
Big
too.
sushi guy.
Yeah. Listen, I caution, because again, it's kind of like the biker thing. Like I always say, I don't ever tell people I ride my bike, because then they think I have I have a bike uniform and I do rag bra. No, I ride a bike from time to time. And I caution saying I'm a sushi guy, because sure, if it's there, I'll eat it. I'm rarely in fact, I've never left the house and been like, you know what I want to go have?
Really?
No. Trav has this place over in Omaha that is like world-renowned sushi place. And I'll be honest, man, there's a part of me that kind of feels kind of like a steakhouse, right? Have you ever been to a really, really fancy steakhouse? I mean, like super fancy.
Like we've been like Johnny's, AJ's.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like
okay,
the
perfect,
fanciest I've been.
Well, let me tell you this: you've had about the best tasting steak you're ever going to have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You've been to the Big Steer.
That's honestly my favorite steakhouse.
Then when somebody says, "Hey, we should go to this place in Vegas," and it's $200 a steak, you're gonna love it. Okay, yeah. If you're paying the bill, I'll absolutely do it. Remember when we went to? We've never shared our Ruth's Chris story, have we?
Oh, when you almost got me kidnapped. Yeah. Can we share that story?
Remember that Wagyu that we had that day?
I'll never forget it. Some people capture their victims by saying, "Hey, kid, I got candy in my van. I'm just a little more expensive." It's Wagyu.
Justin, you've got to go swim in the deep parts of life sometime. I tried to tell you that.
That was really deep.
I held onto your hand, didn't I? You didn't drown. You were okay. You were safe.
Yeah, but I questioned why we were in the water.
I did too.
Can we tell that story?
I don't know if we can or not. I can't give away, as long as we don't share names, we'd probably be okay. Justin and I got invited to. You've told so many people?
Well,
a wild
just like
story. It's a
friends and
wild story.
families. Like I was driving away from Ruth's Chris and being like, this was one of the craziest stories I'll ever have. But sorry.
Oh boy, I didn't know we were gonna get to all sorts of ISU athletic stuff. Jamie Pollard announced yesterday the elimination of the gymnastics program. We want to play a couple of minutes of Jamie Pollard's video that he released yesterday because there's some really good information. And then I've got a bunch of notes because it was about a 7-8 minute long video. So there's a lot of information. We don't want to play that entire video for you, but we would like to give you some of the highlights of it or whatever, some of the stuff that we took away from the 8 minutes. So a couple years ago, how can I tell this, Justin? I didn't think we were going to do this. What I was just trying to say, like, great steakhouses, they're good. They're going to a really nice steakhouse is a good steak.
And that Wagyu steak was amazing.
It's fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was better, the Wagyu steak or the story you get to tell from it?
Since I'm not harmed, the story.
We got invited to a lunch, and and I'll just say a stranger, a person I did not know, Justin did not know, but we were invited to the lunch at Ruth's Chris. And I said, well, Justin, you should go with me. He's like, well, what? We don't know this guy. I said, it's okay. It's okay. When we got there, we found out that this guy was not okay in a lot of ways. He'd had an incredibly checkered past and gave the impression that was on the verge of wild behavior. We sat down and he ran Justin and I through a gauntlet of stories that were quite amazing. Guy'd had a life. And then we got out of there and Justin's eyes were about this big around. Like,
They were that big around before we got our menus, before we got our waters.
Yeah,
like I'm looking at Ross like this dude has said a few things where I'm like, those are
we should probably
like,
leave, right?
We're done,
we should
right?
probably leave.
Like,
and I'm
I don't want to be here.
You got Wagyu coming. Relax. Just open your ears for a little while. Somebody said, was it Ray? Ray says, wasn't me.
No. Did you see Rev was in the comments at 3:55 a.m.?
Well, so, Rev kind of has an interesting sleep cycle. Okay. Yeah. And Rev, so I imagine what happened was Rev was up, did a bong hit 3:55 like you do.
As
went
one
back
does.
to bed. I'm guessing he went back to bed because then he was back in the comment section right before we started up the show. So that's my guess. And then sometimes I think what Ray does is once we start the show, that little dab, little dab will do you. Did a little toot, just one little toot, and then he does that little toot, and he probably goes back to bed. Sometimes.
I like seeing someone commented Justin was like stranger danger. Yeah,
he was.
Yeah. And now every time I drive by that restaurant, I just think about.
Here's what's
things.
funny, Justin. It's funny how you're like, man, I've told so many people that story. I've told like 4. Because most of my friends, that's a Tuesday. That's a Tuesday. Like, yeah. So then what happened? But did you die?
But did you die?
But
No.
did you die?
No.
We have a lot to get to today. A wild night of college basketball. A couple of outcomes that make absolutely zero sense. We've got a little bit of baseball because spring training has got fired up. So I found a couple of fun. Okay, I found one fun, one wild, one bad. So what is that? The good, the bad, the ugly?
Yeah.
I think we could do that with baseball today. There's a good story, a bad. Is there a good story? Let me check that. There's not a good story.
An okay.
There's not a good story because one of the stories is bad about the Cubs. One of the stories is bad about a player, and the other one is just crazy. So, no good. Bad, and ugly.
We have
the bad, and the ugly coming up with baseball later on, and lots of NCAA news. But let's start with the news of the day yesterday. And that was this press conference that was released, or I shouldn't say press conference, that's the wrong way to put it, this statement that was released by Jamie Pollard. We knew that the athletic department had canceled the remainder of the gymnastics season. And when Jamie Pollard came out with the statement regarding that, there were some interesting things about that, including several mentions of when he was talking about what the problems were, he was mentioning the parents. And he would in the line of we were having issues with the staff, the players, and the parents. So I want to fast forward a couple minutes into this thing because, again, I'm not going to play the entire thing. But he started off by talking about how much he really does enjoy his job, how being the athletics director at Iowa State is usually enjoyable and rewarding and fun. But then you have these days that aren't rewarding, aren't enjoyable, and aren't fun. And that there have been conflicts with players and coaches and parents. And this is not the first time that they've had to do this. And in fact, in 2018, they had to step in and have an internal review. And this is where we kind of pick up with Jamie Pollard's statement from yesterday.
Unfortunately, this isn't the first time we've had issues with our women's gymnastics program. In 2018, we had to engage Tim Day, faculty athletics rep and former chair of our athletics council, to do a complete review of the program as a result of some issues that were taking place at that particular time. The findings of that study helped alleviate temporarily the issues that we were experiencing. Unfortunately, in 2023, similar issues rose again. And our legal office on campus engaged an outside law firm from Minnesota that had experience dealing with those type of issues to come in and do an independent evaluation of our gymnastics program. Both the 2018 and 2023 studies included interviews with former gymnasts, current gymnasts, our coaching staff, and members of our support staff that work closely with our gymnastics program. The 2023 study ultimately resulted in our making a complete change in coaching staff. And here we are once again in 2026 at a similar intersection. Now let me be very clear. Student-athlete experience is at the core of what our department takes great pride in. Our coaches, our support staff, and our administration are all committed to making sure our student athletes have an incredible experience while they're a student at Iowa State. Whenever issues arise, we look to try to resolve those issues very quickly in order to prevent our student athletes from not having a great experience. Unfortunately, our continued inability by our department to provide our women's gymnastics team members that same level of experience that the other 17 sports are receiving is disappointing and very concerning.
So if you're wondering, well, then what's the issue? We still don't exactly know. There's a lot of interesting stuff that Jamie Pollard does say in that statement. Did you get a chance, Justin, to listen to the entire? It's about 7-8 minutes of Jamie Pollard talking, and he doesn't give a lot of specifics about what the issues are. And I've even tried to reach out to a few different people. I saw some people commenting on this that I thought looks like they have some inside information. There was one person who was a former staff member who basically put the blame back on Jamie Pollard on Twitter yesterday and said, this is all on you. You've mailed in the last couple of hires. And I tried to reach out to just see if I could get somebody that could give us a little bit of insight into what's happening, because I do find it, I think that the words are chosen carefully. Give me 1 second, excuse me. The words are chosen very carefully. And if you listen to the press conference, and if you remember our first conversation about this when the season got canceled, he was very careful to mention the parents as part of the situation, part of the problem. And then when you listen to him go back through the timeline there, and even through part of that, when you go through 2018 and they have to have Tim Day, who has been one of Jamie Pollard's right-hand men for a long, long time, a very integral part of that Iowa State athletic department. He gets in there in 2018 and tinkers around and, according to Jamie Pollard, is able to temporarily fix the issue. But by 2023, those same issues have come back and they have to get legal on campus involved. And then the legal on campus hires an independent firm from Minnesota. What is going on? What is nibbling on the edge of legality? What is also beyond internal review? You've got to bring in an independent source. It's a recurring issue. Moving personnel did not fix it. He specifically says this is a situation with gymnastics that we can't fix. We don't have this problem with any of the other 17 sports. We have the continued inability to provide the same experience. So the independent study comes in 2023 from Minnesota. They say you need a complete change in staff. Okay, must have been a personnel issue again, right? Now here, 3 years later, you have the exact same, whatever this situation is, this situation. The phone lines are open, and I would love to hear, and if you want to, 515-517-2303, if you've got something you'd like to share with us on this or some sort of insight, because this is where, and then maybe it's a gymnastics story, and so people won't care. I think it's an Iowa State athletics story, and I think that it's very interesting. And there's a lot more to this, okay? This is bizarre. Just that segment, that 2-minute segment, there's a lot of stuff in there. I like Jamie Pollard. I respect and I admire Jamie Pollard. And I think he has been extremely forthcoming and honest with us in his tenure at Iowa State. Extremely. Pulls the curtain back whenever we ask about it. What is this issue with gymnastics?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things. I'll start here with them cutting the gymnastics program. I don't think many people are going to lose their heads about. I mean, it didn't sound like it was a sport, the majority watched, get into. I don't think I've ever sat down to watch gymnastics. So you have that, and where the point of hey, we're cutting it. We're going to add another women's program. If they had women's wrestling, it seems like that is going to explode and get you more money, be more financially profitable, and you'll get more butts and seats in Hilton. So I'll start there by just saying I think cutting the gymnastic program, that section, it should be more financially profitable if they find a women's sport like wrestling to fill that gap, like they're saying they're going to find another women's sport. But also, when I listen to that, it doesn't paint Pollard in a good leadership position.
Okay, I want to elaborate on that for me. What do you mean? Just the fact that they weren't able to fix the problems? He's
we're having the same problems over and over, and we're not able to fix it. You need to tell the issues then, because right now it looks like we don't know what the issues are. We're going to start guessing what they are.
Yeah.
Like all humans do.
Yep.
And it's just not going to paint him in a good leadership role. I think he's done a tremendous job for Iowa State. The hires he's made, Matt Campbell, Otzelberger, all those guys. It's just this, when you bring up those issues that we've never seen before and we can't fix. There's been some major issues in other college football teams.
Issues we have seen before, Justin. That's the weirdest part of it to me.
Or have seen before.
Whatever, it's the same thing. 2018, we notice this weird thing happening. We do an internal review. Our guy fixes it. 2023, it's back. We hire an independent firm to say, what do we got to do to fix this? They give us ideas. We fix it. 2026, it's back again. We only see this in gymnastics. We're done with it.
It's got
We can't provide the same experience for our gymnastics athletes that we can for the other 17 sports. And by the way, every time we talk about the problem, we need to mention the parents. But every time we talk about the solutions, did you notice this as well? I had this in my notes. The parents were never, when he says, we brought in this group of people. We brought in a group of people that were team leaders, team administrators, and support staff. When we had the problems, in that list was also parents. When we talk about the possible solutions, we don't include that group. So, and am I, again, I know so little about gymnastics, and there are people that are telling me you're not understanding how involved, like, gymnastic parents are just a different level. There are a lot of people that are, I'm kind of, when I first heard this story, I was like, okay, like you said, Justin, you could have told me there wasn't women's gymnastics at Iowa State. I'd been like, oh, okay. I don't know. Never knew about it.
Yeah, you never hear about it. You never.
This gets me interested. This stuff makes it intriguing of like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then the things that we didn't hear at the end of that 2 minutes that I played for you. He does go on to say that they went and brought on that senior leadership group who recommended eliminating the program entirely. He says they're going to turn all of the resources that were dedicated to gymnastics to a new sport that will have equal or more opportunities for women. Then he says, what sport? We've given zero thought to it. Maybe I'm sure there's been some people that have thought, well, if we got rid of gymnastics, we could do women's wrestling, or we could, Nebraska's doing that women's flag football.
Yep.
Fully scholarship women's flag football. And I've had buddies that have said to me, that's way bigger than you're given. Because I first heard that, I scoffed at that too. Here's an interesting thing that he said at the end of it, Justin. I think it's kind of cool. They are going to, every scholarship that if you came to Iowa State, or you are an incoming freshman next year, if you've committed to Iowa State through the gymnastics program in any way, as a scholarship athlete or as a support staff, or you just wanted, even though they won't have the gymnastics program, Jamie Pollard says that the university is going to honor all of those commitments. So if you were a scholarship athlete, you can still come and get, for your tenure at Iowa State, you can have all of the benefits that would have come with being a scholarship athlete. You'll still get the athletic support and the training and all, and meals and all that stuff, if you want to continue to come and do your education at Iowa State in spite of gymnastics being removed. Again, kind of cool. I wonder, what do you think? You mentioned women's wrestling. You think that's I
think that's
seems like
we're in Iowa,
move.
Dude. Like state wrestling, I mean, that draws so much attention. And then it's just going to Southeast Polk. I remember it's all anyone talked about. Yeah, I think that would be such an easy thing to market. You'd make more money. You draw fans to the stands. Part of me, though, since he's not telling us the issues, and we may never know the issues or the truth, in my head, there is going to be that little voice telling me, I bet it was about money. And he even says it's not about money.
And there are a lot of people, like one of the former staff members, like I said, went on Twitter yesterday or Instagram, made a social media post that basically pointed the finger back at Jamie Pollard and said, you mailed in the last couple of hires. You're the reason that we're in this situation. Something just does. Maybe Jamie Pollard's really good at playing that verbal chess game. Maybe I'm falling for that. But there are words in there that make this not make sense. Mm-hmm. The fact that the parents are involved as part of, whenever the issues are talked about, it's like, hey, we got issues with the program, the participants, and the parents. And when we go to fix this thing, we've had a couple of different times where we've thrown things at the wall, thought we had it fixed it temporarily, brought in an independent group to fix it, and the same issues come back 3 times. Sharkus wrote this in, and I do think, again, The vague doesn't help.
No.
Sharkus wrote in and said there's a lot of ex-gymnasts speaking out, but no one is saying anything of substance. And even in all the things Jamie Pollard says here, like in that 2 minutes we played there's not a lot of substance in there. I mean, he goes through the details of behind the scenes, but it is constantly that vague thing of we're having issues. We're having issues that are unique to gymnastics that we don't have in our other 17 sports that have prevented us from allowing these kids to have the same experience. It's weird.
Like, you're telling me you're facing issues, and if it's the parents or whatever, you're facing issues that you can't fix, but the 2008 Florida Gator football team that had murderers on it, like that, we were able to fix that or able to have a football program. Like, there's been a lot of issues in college athletics. There's been a lot of bad apples.
Justin, you've literally had teammates kill each other.
That's what I mean. And like, what is happening? You have to tell us what is happening.
The Art Briles Baylor football program had an incestuous relationship with the police department to allow the kids to get away with crime.
I think when it's not been a great year for Pollard, like you lose Campbell, you have this gymnastics thing. People, I mean, there's still rumors that Iowa State hasn't landed a contract with their new head coach even. So there's been a lot of stuff on Pollard.
That's a good point too. Like, we still haven't seen the details on that. Remember, the Channel 8 reached out and they said, yeah, we're going to get him to you.
Yeah. He still hasn't been given a contract as far as I know. So that's not a great look on Pollard. And then you have this gymnastics thing. The best thing for Pollard would be to come out and just say, all right, here's X, Y, and Z what happened. And then you have like that, look at this leader. But
Justin, I had kind of forgot about the cross-country drama that Tyler writes in.
Well, I'm forgetting the cross-country drama entirely.
They had they had some runners that were at the, like, getting ready for the Big 12 championship. Several of their runners were basically not going to be allowed to compete at one point. I want to make sure I get that story right, and maybe again, phone lines are open. I hate that I'm into this stuff because I can't pull the details of it. But in October 27th, the team suspended multiple athletes amid team rules violations. This was just last October.
I mean, again, it's just helping prove the point of, like,
even if you're not involved with that stuff, it starts to become part of the noise.
Yep.
Even if you're not involved in it. And by this, I mean Jamie Pollard. Even if this was something that you can't go back and go, well, this is Jamie Pollard taking his eye off the ball. It's under your guidance and things. Oh man. Nate kind of stole, and there is a part of that, what you just went through. I think the contract thing is what made the bells go off for me. Nate wrote in and said, this sounds very Bardo-like. And I don't see Jamie Pollard as a Gary Barta type of character. Again, he's always been very honest with us and open and forthcoming. Interesting to see. I think the interesting part to me that will be coming is, obviously the salacious details are something that the stupid part of my brain does want to know. But I'm also interested in what happens going forward. Is this women's wrestling? Is this women's flag football thing going to take off? They're going to have to come up with something because of Title IX to fill up those opportunities. And He even said it will have equal or more opportunities for women within the university. So,
he shouldn't say equal, because wasn't he talking about a few moments ago that they were not getting it, like, opportunities for years? There's like I see what you're saying, where
He says we haven't been able to provide the same opportunities for gymnastics that we have the other team at 17 Sports, so we're going to do the exact same for. I don't think that's what he's saying.
Backpedal a little.
No. I mean better. We're gonna you gymnasts. Once you get out of here, we're really going to get it right. That's so anyway.
I feel for those athletes. Like, you don't want a sport being cut. Now, like, Travis is really good at that business side of things. And when you guys had this conversation a few weeks ago, like, he laid it out really well of no one watches women's gymnastics. So, like, financially, like, this makes sense. But there's something behind the scenes happening. And again, since we're not getting details, humans are going to speculate. I'm a human. I'm like, you speculate what's the issues in the front office is what it comes down to. I think a lot of people do, where they're like, something is off. Why isn't a coach getting his contract? Why are we having issues in other athletics, cross country? Like, it's a tough time.
So much strange there. Senorita Puffer's got a good idea. She says Sci-Town parkour. Probably some esports things being kicked around. It would be fun to be a fly on the wall in the office to kind of see what their ideas are. Again, the money thing, I think it's easy for us to instantly go to the money thing, and I do that a lot, especially with the big sports.
Yep.
But when it comes to sports like this, I'm also aware of that. You know, my time at Grandview and Drake, the athletic program at Grandview does not have a television contract. I hate to break it to you. They don't invest in football because there's this huge pot of gold waiting at the end of the rainbow. The pot of gold is having a successful program that draws people to the university, that makes kids want to come pay to play football and be a part of the roster, makes kids in the community aware of who you are, start to pay attention to what you offer as an academic institution, and then they come and enroll because they want to be a part of it. Travis talked about it with Ole Miss. When they hired Lane Kiffin, the enrollment jumped. So there's more to it than how much money is the gymnastics program making. That it was never making money. It was always costing Jamie Pollard and the athletic department and the university money. So why did they keep it up for as long as they did? And I only asked that question rhetorically as a way to say it's not necessarily about showing a profit at the end of the season for that. A lot of those athletics, a lot of those sports, hell, of the 17, what ones make money? Men's basketball, football, maybe women's basketball. I mean, they pull in a good.
But that's been recently. It feels like, right? I don't think.
Does wrestling have an? I'm not even sure wrestling has enough at Hilton to generate the revenue to pay Kevin Dress to cover. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But my point is, all of those sports are existing. Some of those sports are thriving. Some of those sports have been existing for decades under the guise of not having a television contract, not showing a profit at the end of the year. But they continue it. They're eliminating gymnastics because of something very specific to gymnastics and the parents involved there. And it just, anyway. 515-517-2303. We are halfway through your 6 o'clock hour. Got some, in fact, when we get back, Justin, let's go into last night's college hoops. We are hoping to hear from Travis at some point today. We had told you folks yesterday that we were going to hook up with Matt Walker, new Drake football coach. Unfortunately, yesterday, some things came up with Coach Walker. He's not going to be able to join us today at 7:30. So we're going to try to move him maybe to tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. See if we can do that. And you told me, Justin, we might have our buddy Josh Betts on. Josh is going to be down at Arch Madness?
Yep.
That'd be very cool. So we'll try to get Josh on tomorrow. Tomorrow could be a very busy day. So today, let's have some fun. We'll talk college hoops when we get back. Got some baseball stuff, got some nonsense stuff. It is, what we do when Travis isn't away here on a Wednesday, here on The Rush, on therushradio.com.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Prosnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, I'm John Linares with Willis Lexus, and it's February, and you know what that means, Valentine's Day. If you're looking for that special gift, we've got some options. We've got 0% for up to 72 months on RZ and $2,000 off. We also have some RX and NX plug-in hybrids with low rates as low as 2.9 for 48 months. We have a great selection of inventory, and we invite you to stop out and take one for a test drive or visit us online at willislexus.com for the most updated sale prices.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Glad to have you along with us here on our Wednesday morning hangout. Justin Miller, Ross Peterson with you here on The Rush. Hoping to hear from Travis at some point here, maybe even before the top of the hour. We'll see. Whenever he wants to check in. The guy's on vacation. If he doesn't check in, I'm fine with that as well. But he did. Oh, yesterday, no, he told us he was going to be drunk, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then what do you think? Think he calls in or not?
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
We'll see his little head pop up here soon.
In some vineyard, rolling green hills in the background.
Trying to show Anjanette as she tries to dodge the camera.
Justin, did you watch any college basketball last night?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Did you really?
Yep.
What game did you watch? Did you watch a couple games last night? Because man, there was a good slate of games and a couple of, I mean, I hate to say huge upsets, but some bizarre finishes last night. Some bizarre scores to look at the box.
Some feel huge. Like I would say Kansas losing to Arizona State is huge. Yeah. I mean, they lose by 10 on the road. Arizona State is a program.
70-60 was the final of that game, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And Arizona State is a program that right now, like Hurley looks like a mess. He's not going to be there next year. I mean, he's on his final year of his contract. So I'm assuming from headlines and what I've read that they're planning on moving on from him. But the story of that game, did you see what Arizona State did when Bill Self got ejected?
I wasn't watching the game. And so I got a text message that said Bill Self was ejected for the second time in his career, which by the way is
only his second time?
I swear that was what I saw.
That's crazy, actually.
Now that I'm saying that out loud, maybe it was
second time at Arizona State.
That would seem much more likely. As I was saying that out loud, I'm like, wait, that can't be right.
I mean, it could. He can be a fiery guy. So I didn't know.
I'm going to look for that in the story. I swore I saw that in one of the headlines this morning, but now I'm looking at the articles
Bill
that I had
Self
up.
has only been ejected 3 times.
It was his third time getting ejected. For a couple things. I don't mean to pause it here on that, but I think that coaches used to get ejected a lot more often. I feel like that was just
Iowa moved on from Fran.
Stop it.
You have Ben McCollum.
Shut up. Hey, stop it. Being mean.
You don't have someone staring down a ref, looking like he's about to fight him. When everyone knows you're not going to fight the ref.
Ridiculous thing, dude. What a ridiculous thing.
Hold me back. And everybody's like, what? No, I want to see how this plays out. I'm not going to hold you back.
Look like Travis when I tried to sub in a kid in wheelchair basketball.
Oh my God. You told that, like, you guys had that conversation, right?
A little bit.
It's so good. It's so good.
I had Travis's competitive fire.
I didn't know.
I tell you this, I guarantee you Travis has been kicked out of more games than Bill Self without even seeing him. I bet you he's been removed from the stands. I just have that feeling.
I believe that. It's funny. I give Fran a bunch of crap. Like, I was never a fan of him, but I love Izzo. Very similar.
Isn't that weird? I completely agree with you. And for years, when we were picking on Fran, that Hawkeye fans would say that. Go, wait a minute. A lot of coaches act like this. A lot of coaches do that same thing. What was different about it? I don't know if it was Fran's size, that it seemed like he was more like he was, because when you see Tom Izzo and Coach K and those guys do it, you're like, oh, look at this little firecracker.
No, I think it's just a simple
6'3" do it, and you're like, oh, this seems aggressive.
I think it's more simple as they just win. Like when you win championships, when you're a Hall of Famer, you can get away with a lot more. And then plus, like their press conference, they could go yell at a ref, go nuts, and then in the press conference, they still come back and they're relatable, they're funny. They're able to make fun of themselves, make fun of their team. And Fran would come back to the media table and like, hold me back from the reporters.
That's what Tyler said. Izzo would smile when the clock hit zeros, no matter the score. Fran didn't do that. I think that's kind of fair. There's something. Maybe it was that continued. You never felt like it dialed back with Fran. Yep. You always felt like once he was angry that you always had to walk on eggshells. I mean, I've described it. It felt like an abusive relationship kind of. You're like, okay, well, we got to turn on the game and root for Iowa. Let's just hope that Fran doesn't have one of his blow-ups. But yeah, we treated it very different. Now, all of how we got around to Fran talking about Bill Self being ejected for his third time. I do want to do some looking to see if coaches used to get ejected more often, because I swear it almost feels like that thing of players being academically ineligible. Like, no, that happened all the time when I was a kid. Coaches would get kicked out of games constantly when I was a kid. Or am I misremembering that?
Again, I think it's just because you had to watch Fran.
You're just being mean.
I did
so
a
anyway,
quick AI search.
Okay.
All it says for how many times Fran has been ejected was at least 4. And then it comes back and it says he had 49 technical fouls during his time at Iowa. Honestly, give him a banner. Like, that's kind of sick. But
so you started to tell me, because I didn't see this. So again, Bill Self gets ejected in the first half of Kansas's loss last night, a 10-point loss to Arizona State. So he came onto the floor to yell at an official about a call on Darren Peterson, right?
Yep.
Okay. Gets the boot. Sun Devils go on a run, get the win. What did I miss?
So you can find this video on Twitter. It's like a fan video, but Bill Self is walking out of the stadium in the little tunnel. And as he's walking by the student section or the fans, the arena sets off the smoke that puffs up in the air like when players enter the floor. So it's like, Bill Self has been ejected. It honestly,
That's
I
funny.
love it. I love it. Like, every team needs to do this. Why are we not? Like, do the hockey alarm. Like happened with UMass and UConn the other night in the hockey like
game.
Make it an event. Instead of like every team now sings the hey, goodbye. Like, that's run its course.
40 years, right? We got to come up with something new.
Smoke. I love it. And then it clearly worked. I think it motivated the team. They go on their run. They beat number 14 Kansas at home, probably their biggest win this season. I feel really comfortable saying that without looking at their record or their schedule. But it was awesome. And I think every team needs to do what Arizona State is doing.
I like the idea of as soon as the official, he gives him the tee and he gives him the heave-ho. I love that. As soon as he does that, horn goes off, the lights off. Now that they all gonna have glass courts, the court starts to flash. Like a big arrow starts to move towards the locker room.
Yes. Dude, we're on to something here. And you can still sing the song. You can still say goodbye. It's tradition now, but I think you can improve upon the tradition. I like it. I like it a lot. It motivated the team. Looking at Arizona State's record, how their season has gone, I wouldn't be saying every team should take after Arizona State. This they should, though.
It would seem a little bit like in semi-pro when they celebrate the bucket down 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Arizona State was like, every time somebody gets kicked out, we fire off the foghorn. Slow down there, guys. Maybe worry about
putting together a few wins.
Yeah.
Finding a new head coach.
Slap a few W's on that scorecard, and then we'll talk.
I loved it, though. And Bill Self, another guy, very similar to Izzo. He can get red in the face. He can get kicked out. But then in that press conference, you're like, oh, you're good.
But he doesn't get kicked out very often. I'm surprised that it's only 4 or 3 or 2, whatever it is. I'm surprised.
3.
This was his third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once when he was the coach at Tulsa, and then 2 at Kansas.
So this was his second time as a Kansas coach being kicked out. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, when I said it out loud, I was like, no, it's got to be second time at Arizona State. Because coaches get kicked out a lot. And it turns out he doesn't. Man, I think you nailed it too. It's something about the winning. Bill Self's a big guy. He doesn't fit into the Izzo, Coach K. You know what I mean? He's a big guy. It's the winning. And it's that ability to, at the end of it, go and turn it off.
Yep.
Not chase an official down a hallway to his locker room.
And then, like, I remember I was able to interview him 2 years ago after an Iowa State Kansas game at Hilton. And when I left there, I was like, that is why he's able to get all those kids. That's why he's able to get all those 5 stars. That's why he gets some of the best players we've seen in college basketball in the last 20 years. And it's just because he is so good at communicating, making you feel like you're all, together. Yeah. Like he lost against Iowa State and was like making jokes.
Yeah.
And he never like I look 15 and he never made me feel like I was, lesser than an ESPN reporter asking questions.
And one of the listeners on the comment section earlier said this is a really bad loss for Kansas. Right. This is an upset. This is an awful loss. But Bill Self has that perspective that this loss doesn't ruin anything. That it's all about March. It's all about those matchups. It's all about getting ready for that Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday turnaround and winning 2 games and getting to the Sweet 16 and letting the chips fall. It's all about that. And this is positioning, and yeah, you just got bumped into the rail a little bit here on positioning as you come around for the home stretch. But I think that he's got that attitude also of like losing this game sucked, no doubt. It didn't ruin anything. So I would say, okay. Same thing applied last night. A couple other weird games. One of them was TCU beat Tech. Do you see that?
Yep. Yeah, and that's another really shocking loss. Not a terrible, like a bad loss, of course, because you're a top 10 team. You shouldn't be falling to an unranked team. But TCU's been in a lot of games. They almost beat Kansas earlier this year in Kansas. Like they can play up to opponents.
The other one that blew me away. The ship has sailed for me to probably ever be a fan of Mick Cronin at UCLA. There's a few coaches like that. There's just I can't imagine. As much as I appreciate his story and what he's been through, I can't imagine ever rooting for PJ Fleck unless he's the Hawkeyes coach someday. I can't imagine rooting for Mick Cronin. Last night, UCLA put a beat down on Nebraska.
20 points?
72-52 UCLA beats up on Nebraska last night. That was the first one I saw that I was like, damn.
Nebraska just couldn't shoot the ball. 5 of 24 from deep. They went 19 of 49. They only made 19 total shots. UCLA made 10 threes.
Wow.
So just a cold night of shooting. That one was very shocking. I didn't stay up to watch that one.
Oh.
But
I want to ask you about another one that happened last night. They snuck away with another victory. Okay, a 30-game win streak now for Miami of Ohio. Justin, a 30-game win streak for Miami of Ohio. Now, I'm not sure if you've taken any time to look at them this season. Have you? Do you need to say bye to Megan?
No, she's just getting ready.
All right. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. All right, now I see why your eyes
No, she was dropping stuff, so I was just making faces at her.
Miami of Ohio with a 30-game win streak, and really, that is amazing. They are I saw this earlier. They are the 4th team in the last 35 years. 4th team. There's only been 3 other teams in 35 years who have started out 30-0. Bye, Megan.
Ross says bye. She says bye.
Yeah, we heard her.
It was just fun because just one of those mornings where like, oh, I just need to grab a spoon for my lunch. Drops it, and you're like, God damn it. And then like drops the container, drops the keys, and then as she's like walking by, her foot accidentally hits the little like door stopper that goes. Wah. She just gives me a look.
We didn't hear most of that. That's funny.
But it's just like everything in this apartment that could have made a noise in the last 2 minutes. But sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't hear the. Isn't that the weirdest how that life just bottle rockets on you like that? Like it snowballs. Something good, you drop something and then you go to pick it up, you kick it. You're like,
I'm the master at like, if there's a string on my backpack or like I used to have a lanyard on my keys, I was the master at getting that hooked on the weirdest stuff when I'm like in a rush.
Yeah.
Like it would get stuck on the door and you're like, what the hell? Dropping stuff because of it.
Do you ever have the key ring in your pocket loop into part of your pocket?
Yep.
And you go to pull it and you're like, it feels like you're trying to get out of the car with your seatbelt on. You're like, what's going on?
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever tripped upstairs? Have you ever been going upstairs and you clip and you like continue to trip up the stairs?
Yep. Or miss a step as you're walking down the stairs and your life flashes before your eyes. Like,
or the foot slip, the heel catches the edge of the stair and you start to
for a millisecond. You're like, this is how it ends. This is how I go.
This is how I go. All right, back to Miami of Ohio. And I just am curious about how good this team is. I'm genuinely serious about this. 30-game win streak is amazing. They won last night 74-72 over Toledo. Snuck by for that 30th win. 17-0 in the Mid-American Conference, which, again, doesn't mean a lot.
But there's a couple of teams in there that aren't playing too bad that have a like 15-plus conference wins. Like, it's not a... Usually when you see a mid-major that has like 30-plus wins, you look at the rest of the conference and you're like, oh, man, rough. They're not doing too bad, but yeah.
The other teams to start 30-0 are the 2013-14 Wichita State team.
Oh, my God. Cleanthony Early, Ron Baker, Van Vliet.
Van Vliet was the guy that was just going through my head. Yeah.
That team was awesome. Hated when they played Drake, but they were awesome.
Those were fun teams. Man, that's when those were heyday of the Valley. Man. The 2014-2015 Kentucky team and the 2020-2021 Gonzaga team. That would have been post Adam Morrison, right? He would have been.
Yeah. Adam Morrison was like 07.
Oh, stop it.
Adam Morrison was like 07, 06 maybe, honestly.
No, he wasn't. No, he's like he just won Rookie of the Year like 2 years ago.
The Shockers out of those three teams were the only one not to make the Final Four because they didn't make the Final Four that year when they went undefeated.
Oh, wow.
They went the year prior. They lost to Kentucky and Julius Randle in like the Sweet 16, I want to say. Dude, it's one of the weird, I can do 6 degrees of bacon, and then I remember March Madness oddly well. And then, but Gonzaga lost in the championship to Baylor because that had Suggs. Do you remember Jalen Suggs? I think he's on the Magic now. Yeah. That dude was awesome. Another guy who I was like, he's going to run the league. And then that Kentucky team was undefeated. Everyone's like, they're winning the national title. And they lost to Wisconsin.
Help me with that because that's
Towns. You had Carl Anthony.
Oh, wow.
Towns.
Big cat. Yeah.
You had Devin Booker.
Oh my God.
You had Cauley Stein, the really tall, like he was like skin and bones. He looked like a guy who had no muscle, but then would bully people in the paint.
What was his first name? It's on the
Willie Cauley Stein.
Willie? Was it? Okay.
I think Willie Cauley Stein was his name. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of good players. I think Fox was a few years after that. So I don't think he was on that team. But I remember Booker. You had the twins. Can't think of the twins' names now. They were the two guards. That was a stacked team. Oh, but they lost.
I know what I was thinking about. Tyler
Wisconsin.
nails it. I was thinking Adam Morrison. He's a grandpa, and so it says grandson that I was thinking of. That's what I was.
He does color commentary, I think, now for Gonzaga Radio, Adam Morrison.
Really?
I think so.
Fresh out of college, they already got him doing that. Good for him. Landing a gig. Landing a gig. I won't even read that one. I'll just let you. I would hate that if she's listening.
I've got one foot in the right direction of getting a job. That's something.
You're not moving that way, boys. Moving that way. All right. Well, I wanted to ask you about that Miami. Once somebody asked if they lose a game in the MAC, do they make it? Yes, right. I mean, you're 30-0. You've earned.
I don't know. I can't say with certainty. Yeah, they do. I would love to do that. I would say yes. If I had the option to be able to just pick the teams, if I was on the committee, I'm saying absolutely. They're 30-0. I don't care what conference you're in. They beat everyone that they have played. If they lose
does it
one
matter?
game,
does it matter that they beat Toledo by 2? They beat Western Michigan. And listen to some of these. They beat Western Michigan by 2. The last 2 games, they've won by a total of 4 points. Earlier in the season, they beat Buffalo 105-102. They had a game that they won 76-70. They have played some absolute barn burner games. Last second victories. Lose one game, you're out, huh?
The last 2 games, honestly, I think is pressure. I think they're starting to feel the pressure of oh my God, we're 28-0. We're 29-0. 30 now. And they know if they lose, they're probably out. It's not fair. But when you have, I saw a listener mention Bruce Pearl, when you have people in the media saying they don't deserve to be in, give it to this 17-17 SEC team. Drake. when Drake started 18-0 in 21, they lost in the Missouri Valley Conference Championship, and they had to go and do the play-in games. They had to beat Wichita State to even get into the first round. And that was that's the Valley. That has a little more, not a lot, but a little more pull than the MAC.
The MAC.
It's I hate it. It sucks.
Oh, and Travis is probably joining us. He just hopped in here. Trav, we were just going to the break at the top of the hour because Justin and I were having so much fun and dynamic conversation and sharing so much information and entertainment with our listeners that we're late going to the break here. So if you want to hold on for us, hold on. Travis Justice is going to join us live from Italy. Next on The Rush here on TheRushRadio.com.
He's drunk.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. Iowa Tap Room. All Iowa beer. One amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hey folks, it's tax time. Why let that refund sit in your pocket when you can upgrade your ride? Head to Willis Chevrolet Granger for our tax time sales event. We've got over 100 vehicles in inventory ready to roll. Up to $5,000 off the popular Traverse. Score special APR rates including 1.9% on Silverados. And don't miss our selection of budget-friendly Trax and Trailblazers in stock now. Come in today to Willis Chevrolet Granger or visit us online at willischevy.com.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Game on. Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Back at it for hour number 2 of The Rush here on therushradio.com. Let's not waste any minutes of this because, first of all, I don't know how long he's going to be vertical for us by the looks of it. He's staggering, he's stumbling and bumbling. It's Travis Justice live from Italy. How drunk are you, man? Oh,
pretty hammered. We are at the Butcher of Chianti, the Dario Cecchini. He's been featured on Chef's Table. It's an absolutely amazing experience. It's like a 5, 6, 8 course meat meal. We're getting ready to finish up our 7th course of red meat. We started with beef tartare, moved on to beef shoulder, then moved on to every other place. Hold on. Here comes the bistecca. You're going to want to see this. So I just got a baked potato that I put lard all over. You got to see how rare this is. So hold on for a second. Here.
Oh, Travis, cut out.
Yeah,
we lose that look.
My camera went out.
Yeah, the camera went out as you. Oh, man.
They didn't want us to see. The restaurant cut the cameras.
All right.
All right, there we got you back.
Internet connection. Look at
that. Looking pretty damn good, brother.
I wouldn't complain eating that.
Did you say 8-course meal?
At least 8, yeah. And 6 of the courses are all red meat. The other ones are vegetables, beans, and a baked potato. So it's unbelievable. And then you got dessert, and then you got unlimited wine. Every time I run out of one of these, they refill it.
How many have you ran out of?
It's bigger than my head, and we're on number 3. Just to let you know. Oh, I'm getting the bone. They're giving me the bone. They just gave me the bone.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Jesus.
Enjoying your time. Hey, we did have a good conversation to start the show about Jamie Pollard and the and Iowa State and gymnastics and stuff. We still don't know a lot, Travis, about what the issues are.
What's that?
We still don't know the specifics of what happened there. It's very interesting.
I think it comes down to, if I'm reading correctly, it's facilities. You know, there's reports that the gymnastics facility wasn't even air conditioned. I think it comes down to the experience, what he was talking about. Doesn't matter. Gymnastics is a dying college sport. It's the right move to get rid of it. Here's a chance to add women's wrestling. Here's a chance to to get on the forefront like Nebraska, add women's college flag football. Just think if you were one of the pioneers of that, you could be on the forefront of something. But gymnastics is a dying sport. For all your kids, if you're spending money at Chow's, thanks for spending all that money. But at the end of the day, if your kid's not an Olympian, gymnastics means absolutely nothing, even at the college level. Sorry, don't mean to break your heart, but it's a dying sport. So here, wrestling, flag football, lacrosse, not field hockey because nobody else in the Big 12 has it. But I'd say lacrosse, wrestling, or flag football. Keep an eye on those. Those are going to be one of the three that I would say adds.
All right. Hey, go enjoy your time, man. Tell everybody
I'm trying, man.
hello.
But I love you. Hey, Ross, do the same thing with radio.co yesterday, okay? Just make sure to get it moved over.
Hey, just heads up, I actually had to reach out to Owen to do that because I couldn't get logged in. So
have him do it again.
It took him like seconds, so I'll do that.
Yeah, so have Owen do it.
All right. Tell Anjanette, Pat, everybody.
Ciao,
we say
ciao.
hello. We
Ciao,
love you,
ciao.
buddy.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. I love it.
He's a special fella. That Trav, special fella. And listen, Tyler wrote in and said, "Stop working, Travis. I promise you guys, I've begged him. I really have. Like, dude, you don't have to check in. You don't have to check in." And there's a part of me that hopes that every time I do that, he's going to go, "Hey, next time you go fishing, you don't have to check in." But he never does. He never does. Never. I was like, "Hey, you've taken the Starlink with you, right? You're going to be on the."
He was the one
on the island missing breakfast.
Was it Christmas where he was like, "Yeah, and we'll be on for Christmas," and you were like, "Huh?"
Justin, you were there. I mean, you were there at the radio station when he would do that.
We're both like,
the Monday of Thanksgiving, he would go, "Yeah, everybody else going to take Thursday off, but we're not." And you and I would look at each other and go,
I want to sleep in for Thanksgiving.
When you say we, who's we? And you know what I would do every Thursday? I'd get up and I'd go and I'd do the radio show with him and
yeah.
Because when I didn't, I'd have the same feeling that he and I have talked about this. Because I wake up at about 5 or 6. If sleeping in for me is about 7 a.m. on a weekend, maybe if I'm lucky, I'm there till 8. But man, if I want to be up at 5:30 or 6 anyway, then let's start the day. Let's have a cup of coffee and chat about all the crap we watched last night and did and gonna do today. And anyway, it just makes a lot more sense. Very, very lucky. Fun to sit around and do this. All right, I got baseball stuff. Let's do a little bit of Ross's roulette. You get to pick where we go here from now
on.
Okay?
I like it.
I've got 3 different baseball topics for you. I have 3 different college NCAA type of stories for you, and I've even got a little bit of NFL and NBA. So what you tell me, Justin? What stories you want to talk about? You want to do
Let's
baseball?
Go baseball.
First?
Yeah,
I got 3 different baseball stories for you. Baseball related, baseball adjacent. Okay, I told you it was bad, and ugly, right?
Yep.
So we'll start with the bad, and then we'll get to the ugly. You, Cubs fan, did you see the first bad is actually an old one? I wanted to get to this last week and I didn't. Did you see the Cubs do something that had never been done in the history of baseball last week?
No.
Justin, I lost my freaking audio for you, dude. I lost my audio.
StreamYard, man. Can people still hear me?
Because
I'm not muted.
I do have a lot of stuff lined up for you. So here's what I want to do. Let's take a quick time out here, our third time out of the day. And then when we get back, we'll have about 45 minutes for you and I to chop it up. Because I've got some fun stuff. We got some baseball, football, all sorts of things to get to here on The Rush on therushradio.com.
Game on. Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
As winter turns to spring and the world comes alive again, one thing remains true. Potholes can really mess up your day. From busted tires to knocking your alignment out of whack, hitting a pothole can cause some serious damage. For the month of March, Land Rover Des Moines is offering 20% off a pothole special. Tire rotate, balance, and alignment package to keep you on the road. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Largest selection of German beer in the world, you'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner at Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Your wife wants flowers. The Range Rover needs an oil change. Just like every relationship needs maintenance, so does your vehicle. Let Land Rover Des Moines help out with that with $25 off an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
And we're back.
Are you the one typing?
Justin, do you have your mic? Do you have your microphone muted again?
No.
I'm hoping you do, because I don't
me?
hear you. Because I don't hear you again. Son of a biscuit. All right, because I thought I had things fixed. I was even like, oh, I just figured out how to do it super duper fast. I don't even have to disconnect anymore.
No, I'm
going to have to disconnect with you for 10 seconds, and I'll be right back. Sorry, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Same crap, different day. Yeah, I'm glad I could hear Ross. I'm glad Tyler says we have both. Yeah, I'm not muted this time. I know, what was it, yesterday? When someone was like, check to see if you're muted. And I looked down, I was like, oh, that was my fault. Can you hear me?
I got you.
You need to figure it out what it is that you
got to figure it out.
You need to figure out what exactly it is that you do.
Yeah, right. Thank you. What's the name?
Chunky.
You need to figure out what it is you do. The Googling isn't helping. I thought that time it happened, I was like, oh, here, this setting. Anyway, been happening for way too long. I apologize to everybody. I apologize to Travis. Apologize to you.
I love this comment.
The baseball talk is going well. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it, man. Did you see your Cubs do something? They say there used to be that old adage in baseball. You'll see something new every day at the ballpark. And Don Zimmer used to talk about that. The guy never made a check outside of baseball, and he would say, every day I see something I've never seen before. And the Cubs did that the other day. They hit into a triple play. Did you see the triple play they hit into, Justin? That was
this week?
No, it was earlier. It was last week.
Oh, okay. That
Did
makes
you see
more
the
sense
triple
now
play
why
they
I
hit
didn't see
into?
it. No.
Oh, Justin. Runners on first and second. Nobody out, obviously. And Cubs get Texas leaguer into right field. Little blooper goes over the top of the second baseman's head. Okay. So runners on first and second are obviously advancing. Ball drops. There's a little bit of confusion in right field, and it seems like the runners are going to be able to take an extra base. So the runner from first rounds second to head to third. Batter rounds first to head to second. Fielders pick up the ball, throw to second base, retire the batter for out number one. He is out going to second base after a single. Okay. Runner from second did not round third to try to score. He stopped at third. The runner from first is now rounding second, headed towards third. Get the out at second. They throw to third, tag the runner. Both the runners are now occupying the same base, which of course you can't do. So the Reds come over and tag one of the runners. He's now out number two. The other Cubs runner, the guy that was on second to start the play, he's now standing on third. He's safe. Stay there. He walks off the bag to go to the dugout, tagged by the third baseman, triple play on a single. No run score, triple play on a single. Welcome to Cubs baseball.
I was just about to say, that might be one of the most Cubs things you could do.
And I didn't know. Rob said it was Seiya Suzuki who was that bad. I didn't know who it was that was hitting other base runners. I just saw it. I'm like, oh.
That's painful. That's something where if it happens in a video game, you're like, I'm shutting this off and going to bed.
Yeah. We'll get to painful. Painful is the ugly. I told you we had the bad, and the ugly. The bad was a triple play. Another bad is Jurickson Profar, the Braves player who.
Wait, real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
This popped into my head because did you say that Cubs play was like historic?
Because it was the first time a triple play had happened in that fashion.
That is still crazy to me. I say this every time we have like a baseball first time ever. Baseball's been going on since like the dinosaurs, right?
Like a million pitches. Right.
That is still crazy. Sorry, but
no, you're totally fine. Totally fine. And I like what Tyler says here, and we're going to get to this because Jurickson Profar, who had to serve a suspension last year for getting caught with PEDs, has been caught with his second PED suspension, or will be hit with his second PED suspension. He'll miss the entire season here in 2026. Tyler's a Braves fan. He says, former Brave. He's dead to us. This is why I wanted to bring this up, though, because they've got to make a change. I really do think that Major League Baseball, with this Jurickson Profar thing, I think they've got to make a change. I think that the very first time these guys get caught with PEDs, they should maybe it's a 1-year suspension and then lifetime suspension. Right now, they're doing the 3. The first time you get suspended, first time you get caught, it's you miss half the year. Second time, where Profar is now, you miss a full season, 162 games, and then the third time, it's a lifetime ban. So he's on the verge of that. But I mean, the guy is making. He's entering the second year of a 3-year, $42 million contract. So he got his money. And I mean, this is kind of like Robinson Cano in a little bit. Like, man, going to get paid. He got paid. I think that I really do think Major League Baseball needs to readdress this, Justin, and start saying, if you guys, if you get caught once, we'll do a season. Second time, you're done forever.
Maybe could they do first time, whatever, half season suspension. Second time you get suspended, and then should they be like mandated to go to like a rehab type thing? Could you do that? Where it's like, all right, we're going to give you an opportunity, because like then you can hopefully, because at that point, is it like an addiction? I don't know. Where maybe you can.
There are guys saying he won't get paid. The article that I saw, guys, last year he did get a chunk of his salary. He got from the it was from MLB Trade Rumors. I know it was in here. I apologize. Efforting. It says Profar will not be paid his $15 million salary this year. Last year, he received just under $6 million of his $12 million salary because, again, suspended for half of the season for that. So, yeah, he won't make any money from this year. And what I mean by that, guys, is he got the contract. And a lot like Robinson Cano, I think the same thing. I don't think that these guys got caught the first time that they did it. So I think they've got to change it. I think that they've got to do something to make this have more teeth.
Yeah, definitely.
Now to the painful. Phillies announcer, man, we might have to start saying baseball guys are built different. We had Kyle Peterson on with us last week to talk college baseball. We've had Kyle on with us from time to time. I will tell you, this guy looks a lot like Kyle Peterson, built a lot like him. Ben Davis is his name. Ben Davis is the Phillies color commentator. Played and you found this out, Justin, because I don't remember Ben Davis as a player. He was a pitcher for the Mariners for several years back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and those dudes were tough. That was just a gritty group of guys that were together. Ben Davis is now the color commentator for the Phillies. He stopped by 94 WIP, the morning show with Joe DeCamara and John Ritchie yesterday morning, and they were noticing that he had a little bit of a grimace on his face and a limp in his walk, and so they asked him about it, and he says, well, here's what happened. I live on a lot with a lot of white pine trees, and those trees suck. And so I've been out trying to take down some of those trees. And I knocked down a second tree. One of the limbs went into the ground. This is what he says. Just about done, the second one, and there's a branch that goes into the ground. So I snipped it, and the chainsaw came back and cut my kneecap. He says, I'm very fortunate. And last night I was laying in bed with my wife, and she said, I'm so sorry this happened to you. And I said, hey, I'm just thrilled it was only as bad as it was. It's only about 3 inches long. It went down to the bone. I mean, it is a chainsaw. So I got some sturdy strips holding it together and a big bandage on top of some Neosporin. And that's when the radio show hosts kind of put the pieces together, and they say, wait, you cut your knee with a chainsaw? You haven't been to the hospital? He's like, no, it needs stitches, but I'm okay. I'm fine. I got a bandage on it. I'm good. I don't have to, but I do have to keep it straight because every time I kind of bend it, it opens up even more.
Yeah, because you don't have stitches. I'm not a doctor. I think that's what stitches are meant to do. You have duct tape and Neosporin. Neosporin's having to work overtime.
They're putting a lot of weight on that Neosporin right there, buddy. No, sturdy strips. He got some sturdy strips holding it together. He's good.
Sturdy strips. Do you think in their descriptions they say good for, small lacerations on the hand, paper cuts, and
chainsaw cuts to the kneecap? A couple of NCAA notes that I thought were kind of interesting, Justin, that we're going to get to. Oh, I was going to let you pick. I got an NFL story. I got NBA stuff.
Keep cooking, Ross.
Keep cooking. I got the NCAA ones are kind of fun. There was one that came out of the state of Mississippi. They have a bill happening, a House bill that is passed in Mississippi. House Bill 4014. That doesn't matter to anybody. Here's what matters to all of us college sports fans. Mississippi passed a bill that they will not tax NIL. Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, who is one of the poorest states in the country, by the way, they passed a law that said they are not going to tax college athletes for their NIL income. Now, Justin, that gives a pretty good advantage for those Mississippi schools over neighboring schools. We just saw, I've always wondered why we don't hear more about this when in professional sports, when athletes are signing free agent contracts, it very rarely seems to come up, or be public at least, that they made a decision based on the tax structure of a given state. It's very rare. This did just happen with Major League Baseball. We had a relief pitcher a couple weeks ago who, when he signed his offseason deal, it said, hey, I didn't want to sign with a California team because I don't like the income tax that happens in California. And professional sports are very weird. It all happens. So that it could just be political posturing by that individual. I don't know, but it's the first time that I've publicly heard a professional athlete say that. The things that I have heard about this particular House bill is they think this will have a lot more impact, because these college kids, that's going to matter when you're talking about real money in their pocket. It's a raise. If one school is able to offer you the exact same amount of NIL money, but you have to pay income taxes on it, 30% of it sometimes has to go to the state or the federal government. So like Florida and Arizona are two states that are kind of, Tom just wrote this in. Tom said if Florida does this rule, it's over, because Florida famously doesn't have, I believe, doesn't have income tax. And Tom, maybe you can correct me on that. I said famously doesn't, and I can't remember what the details are, but I think it's they don't have income tax, or they do have lower taxes. So I've heard a lot of people say that this is something that will have an impact for NIL. I don't hear it a lot with professional sports like I would have thought I would. I mean, look, Dodgers don't have any trouble signing people.
Yeah, Ohtani gets $1 trillion.
Not for like another 10 years though, Justin. And then he gets $7
now it's
trillion,
like 8
and then he gets $7 trillion a year. Yeah. Right now it's only 7 years away.
Jeez.
The NCAA did announce the other day they've really got their eye on the ball. It seems, Justin. They are putting together a new rule to finally address the thing that we've all been concerned about. Did you see? Remember when the Indiana players were wearing the really high pants? They look like shorts.
Oh yeah, like the kickers.
Yeah, the NCAA is now going to have a rule that says that your socks have to go from your ankles to the bottom of your pants.
There's like 20,000 other things that need to be addressed. And there's a dude raising his hands been like, yeah, but have you seen how odd it looks when those guys kick in shorts? Everybody's like, all right, put everything on hold. Pam, clear my meeting schedule. We got to address this.
I'll be honest with you, Justin. I guarantee you, if we were to poll our audience, you would be shocked at how many people would be like, I'm glad they did this.
I mean, I'm one of those people. I thought it was ridiculous. Weird. It's uncomfortable to watch. Yeah. And also in my head,
uncomfortable to watch.
In the back of my head, every time I'm like, man, all it takes, like we've seen dudes get hit in the kneecap. Like if you don't have any protection there, that's going to be gruesome. Like the whole time I'm just kind of like, it's like a Jack in the Box where you're kind of like, oh, waiting for it. Doing my own Collins there. Oh boy.
There are a lot of people that hear this and go, good. You said it's uncomfortable to watch.
It's awkward.
Man, I think it's one of those things that was gonna go away. It's like, look at the fashion in college basketball. And if you're my age, if you're old like me, nearing 50, you have seen this unbelievable evolution in college basketball attire. If you're 65 or over, you can remember a previous iteration and evolution of it, because you saw everybody come up with the the nut huggers. And then all of a sudden you saw it evolve all the way to that Michigan Fab 5 team where they were wearing shorts that go down to their calf. There is a really funny picture of like I don't think it's the 96, maybe it's the 96 coaching staff. Have you ever seen the photo of Greg Popovich wearing the long shorts?
Oh yeah, that's like 2006.
Is it
like
right?
Team USA?
When Adam Morrison was playing for Gonzaga?
Yeah, he was.
Right?
Yeah, he was actually. If Grizzly Adams had a beard, Grizzly Adams did have a beard. No, I miss like watching, Carmelo Anthony on Syracuse with like super baggy jersey and shorts.
I think of Jake Sullivan with Iowa State. I remember Jake, because I got to know Jake, but I remember Jake Sullivan with Iowa State, that time frame, wearing shorts that, look like capri pants. They go down to your calf.
What was it? And One? Was that the brand? And One, and it was like
One had the mixtapes and then the shoes. So they were a shoe company.
But I thought they made like the athletic shorts too.
You're right. You're right. They were a shoe company that then did the mixtapes things. They totally became an entire brand, an apparel company. There's a really fascinating documentary about And One and how that thing evolved. So Justin, do you remember the And One mixtapes? Do you remember the Professor?
Vaguely.
Oh man. So it was like street basketball, but what they would do is they would show up with an entire PA system, and there would basically be a dude on the court with a microphone, and he was a hype man. And then it was more like a Harlem Globetrotters type of game. Like the game wasn't necessarily about playing good basketball. The game was about entertaining the crowd and highlight dunks and behind the back passes. And the Professor was this little white kid that had incredible handles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But very few of them ever turned it into a college career or anything. I think that some of those guys got a shot at the ABA or whatever it was, or playing.
I remember the Professor, he got put on like ESPN a couple of times, but I remember he did a thing on social media where he'd go to random like pickup games dressed as Spider-Man. And then just cook people.
Oh, yeah. Ball on a string.
In like full mask and everything. And he'd show up like looking all dorky and then just dominate. Look at this photo. I hope people can see this on the stream. I just looked up like And One throwback college basketball. Look at this uniform. It looks fake.
Oh my gosh. That's St. Bonaventure. Who is that? Does it say who that is? I remember that photo.
I miss those days, though.
Come on. See, this is my point with the whole NCAA war on swag, as people have been calling it.
Marquise Green?
Marquise Green. I wouldn't have come up with that one. It was going to evolve. Like, we all saw the Indiana kicker and went, well, that's dumb looking. And I guarantee you, most 15 to 18-year-old kids looked at it and said the same thing. That looks stupid. I don't want to be the guy that gets made fun of. I'm not going to shoot my free throws underhand. I don't care I don't care how much it helps me. I'm not going to do it because it looks weird. And we all thought it looked weird. Again, remember when people were wearing suits with shorts? Do you remember that being a thing, Justin?
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, LeBron did it. That makes it cool. That LeBron did it. That means everybody's going to start doing that. And for like a minute, kids did it. You'd like see prom photos of kids wearing a suit top and shorts. You're like, that ain't it, dude.
You're not
that
LeBron.
Went away. Yeah, that went away. And then even LeBron couldn't pull it off. It didn't look good when LeBron did it. And the same thing would have happened with the short. Dude, like barely had a thigh pad.
That's what I mean. Like I didn't. The style part, like I don't have style. I wear the same like 10 clothes every week. It was more just like when I say uncomfortable, it's because in the back of my head, I'm like, oh my God, one hit to his leg and that dude's career's over. Like there's no protection. It'd be like a guy going out there with the just the jersey on. Where you're like,
like you said, it's equivalent to the 1-bar face mask. Like, no, I'm good. I'll be okay.
Yeah, you're like, no.
If somebody comes to hit me, I'm just going to move.
Have you guys thought about that? Have you guys thought about just not getting hit in football? I just move really well.
Joe Knapp wrote in and said, the professor, 110 pounds wearing 4X clothing. That's the visual image. I think that Corey also has a good one here. He says, if Janko and Nike had a baby, that was and one. Remember Janko jeans?
I don't remember those. I used to get the and one, like the magazine as a kid, and look at basketball shoes and gear. I loved and one.
I want you really quickly to Google that. Janko jeans. Okay.
Calico cut pants, you said?
That's a reference to I think you should leave. Janko jeans were like,
God.
Oh yeah.
when Fred Durst is one of your like promotional people, I think I'm out.
Yeah, it was
one of those days.
Now, are you being serious? Was Fred Durst like or did you just see those?
Third photo that popped up.
I thought you just saw the photos and he was the guy that you like projected into that image. He was
He is crouched in front of his car.
Yeah. There's probably a Massimo or No Fear sticker on the back of that car.
Can't see the back of the car. It's just the front of it. But I would agree with you. That's something.
So don't worry. The NCAA is making sure that Janko jeans come back.
Why is everyone that wears these jeans wearing Guy Fieri shirts? Like the black with the flames. They're going to Flavor Town in these jeans. Limp Bizkit is the second search. Like you look up, how's it pronounced? Janko?
Janko, yeah, Janko.
You look up Janko jeans. Limp Bizkit is the second search.
What you're witnessing in this time capsule of research that you're doing is that we used to be a proper country. We used to be a country where you could identify. You know what I mean? You could really personalize yourself. You want to wear jeans that look like they were built for a giant, and a shirt with flames on it, and dye the tips of your hair, just the tips of your hair blonde. It's the 90s, man.
People can't have fun at Woodstock 99?
Exactly. Well, yeah, you don't want to slide down a river of poo. Well,
you don't want to set things on fire.
I remember when this country was a proper country. And I'm glad you brought that back. Makes me
that was one of the oddest searches. Like I'm expecting just normal jean type. Like you look up a jean company, you're going to see jeans. Like seeing how bad those jeans weren't shocking. It was what? Like you have Limp Bizkit as your second option. And then why so many Guy Fieri shirts? I didn't know they sold as many.
The pockets, I mean, Tyler says it, the pockets on those jeans, you could put a friend in. You could lose things in the pockets. That's how big they were. I never had a pair. I never had a pair of Janko jeans. I wasn't bold enough.
Swimming in them. They would be up to your neck. They're huge. And again, I don't know style. I mean, I wear the same two hats every time I come on this show.
Yeah, that's a good point. I shouldn't. I don't take style tips from me. Just don't wear Janko jeans.
Yes, I would agree. I don't think I ever saw a Limp Bizkit concert video and was like, you know who I want to look like? Or watched Diners Drive and or Dives and Drive-Ins.
What's wrong? Why you got to pick on Guy Fieri, huh?
No, I love that show. Dude, I'm a triple D. I'm a triple D man. But I'm just saying, I've never watched that show and been like, man, I want that flame shirt. Because he's the guy that can pull it off. I can't. I'd walk around town and everybody'd be like, you okay? You look like you could name March Madness pretty well.
All right, Justin, here's what we got for you. The San Francisco 49ers, the schedule has come out for the NFL. Did you see all of the different international games that are happening on the NFL schedule? So like the 49ers are going to play in Australia and in Mexico City.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dude, the trip to Australia is a 15,000-mile round trip for the San Francisco 49ers. On top of that, they play several games on the eastern part of the country, as you do in the NFL. The 49ers are going to set a record this year in the NFL for travel. So to give you an idea, the University of Hawaii, the football team for the University of Hawaii. Now, obviously, we are talking about 12 games, not 17 games. We're talking about 6 travels and not 8 or 9. But the University of Hawaii, and they're on an island. Spoiler. 29,618 miles is how much that football team traveled last football season. The University of Hawaii. Next year, the San Francisco 49ers will travel almost 10,000 more miles than that. Right now, just over 38,000 miles of travel for the 49ers. Again, 15,000 of those are in the Australia trip. But they are they'll be setting a record for the amount of travel.
2 things.
38,000.
As a Seahawks fan, love it. Make those guys tired. Make them just despise the whole season before it even gets started. Love that. Love it. Second thing, the NFL has seen how the 49ers can't stay healthy, right? They see how every guy tears something in his ankle, calf, knee. The last thing the 49ers franchise needs is to be like, all right, boys, 1,000,000 miles we're going to be traveling this season.
I did see one of the stories I read kind of put some of those things together too, Justin, and I was like, wait a minute, what's the NFL doing to the Niners here? Because they've had a series of weird things, the power station deal, all the soft tissue injuries, and now you're going to make this team travel and make them. They'll travel 39,000 miles next year to play football. So.
Tom mentions they should get an extra bye or 2. I don't think so. I think they should actually lose buys. They should
probably have to play a Sunday, Wednesday. That's what I would think, Justin.
They should probably honestly have to play every day and be down by 20 to start every one of those games. I think that'd be fair.
I like this attitude. This is exactly what the NFL should say. The NFL is keeping the players away from that electrical field thing. Wait, you guys bitched about being home, so we got you out of home. What?
Can't win. Can't win.
With you guys. Can't win. Begging and choosing and picking and grinning, aren't you? Geez, oh pizza. Let's see. Did I have another NFL story for you here? Oh yeah, did you see Kyler Murray? Did you see the news with Kyler Murray today? Or am I the only one? Shouldn't say surprised.
I saw the news on Monday of the Cardinals more than likely going to move on from him.
And there are several reports saying he's basically been cut. They've told him that when the season officially opens, that he'll be cut from the team. They have already updated their depth chart, and he's not on the depth chart for 2026. Wow. So, Kyler Murray, and what happens with Kyler Murray? Is he done?
No, the Vikings, the Jets, the Browns. I mean, there's so many teams that could use a quarterback. And I'm not a huge Murray fan, but the Cardinals never had a great system. They gave him he had a couple of good receivers. Hopkins was awesome when they were together, but it just never, if you got one good receiver, well, then they had no defense. And then when the defense started to get a little stronger, well, then Hopkins leaves. And it's just that whole Cardinals organization is just struggling to rebuild. And this will be a good opportunity, I think, for that organization to just, all right, let's start over. Let's start building up. The quarterbacks coming out, I think, in this draft class should be a lot better, because I think you have like Arch Manning you could grab. You have a lot of dudes in this draft class that could be potential franchise quarterbacks.
They've got their eye on their next guy, apparently, according to
Kirk Cousins. Is it actually?
Take a second guess. I think if you stay in that same lane of trying to be ridiculous.
How ridiculous?
What's the most polarizing name you could put in an article like this?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, that would be the most polarizing. It's not the name that's in this article. The 2025 Cardinals. In 2025, the Cardinals turned to Jacoby Brissett amid Kyler Murray's ongoing health issues. Brissett signed a 2-year deal that keeps him under contract through 2026. But reports suggest Arizona is targeting a high-profile quarterback to usher in the post-Murray era.
I think John nailed it.
Aaron Rodgers is believed to be their top option.
I don't want to play Aaron Rodgers twice in a year.
That's your response to that.
It's just like, I don't love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's past his prime. I still have respect for what he's capable of, where I watch him and I'm like, I don't want to go up against that. I love our defense, where I think we'd beat him, but I think he's past his prime.
When I saw that, I'm like, I thought we were. That would surprise me if they went with the Aaron Rodgers route, but maybe. The article does go on to say Murray will probably be a highly sought after free agent. His chances of immediately landing a guaranteed starting job are not strong. But to that point of, could a team use Kyler Murray? Yeah. Are there a lot of teams that could use him? Seems like it. So,
I when you were like, how ridiculous, I was thinking Phillip Rivers at first.
Oh, yeah,
Phillip Rivers comes back.
Honestly, if you would have said Phillip Rivers, I said, you're right there. You're like Phillip Rivers adjacent. That's where we are with Aaron Rodgers at this point. Justin, if I said you got fired on your day off, would you know that reference to the movie Friday?
I think I've seen Friday once, so I don't know it as well. No.
You don't know about Bilderberg. You don't know about Bohemian Grove. You don't know about the Trilateral Commission.
Yeah, but ask me who was in the Final Four in
you didn't nail all that.
2013.
That pulled out those 3 teams that were 30-0, and you started rattling off the rosters. That was really close. That was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
There's one time I was hanging out with a couple of buddies, and we're watching a football game, or it was a basketball game, and drinks were flowing, and all of a sudden we just spent like an hour being like 2007, and we're like, all right, that's gonna be Greg Oden with Ohio State, and like just start going through them.
When I say you got fired on your day off, that's a line from the movie Friday, and you really need to get in.
I need to rewatch it.
The 1,000 cultural references that you don't understand because you haven't rewatched Friday. Trae Young got kicked out of a game that he wasn't playing in for a team that he has not actually played for. Trae Young was recently traded to the Wizards, and before suiting up in a game the other night, sitting on the sideline, a scuffle happened in a game and he left the bench. So he got kicked out of a game for a team that he hasn't played a game for when he wasn't dressed.
Great start. Wizards are like, all right, we got our guy. we got
him.
Guy.
We landed him.
We got him.
You is the World Cup going to do it for you at all? I mean, like, the World Cup to me is a little bit like the Olympics. Like, I'm not a big soccer fan by any stretch. I don't hate the game, but when the World Cup comes around, I will at least give it my attention. And I'm smart enough to know that it is the most popular game in the world, and the World Cup. Have you seen the ticket prices for the finals by chance?
No,
they're
they're outrageous.
Like, the lowest price right now for the finals in New Jersey is $4,000. The cheapest price for the finals is a $4,000 ticket right now. But I've got good news for you, Justin. If you're interested, I can get you into a game for pretty cheap.
Oh, you know a guy.
Well, I saw an article. They're having a hard time filling the stands in Mexico City. And so for the first rounds, there are tickets as low as like $17. In fact, I wrote down $17. And then when I looked again, there were $11 tickets. $11.30 can get you into, now again, Mexico City. But
what's going on there?
No.
What? You don't like Woodstock 99? That's crazy. $11.
$11 and
I think everybody's like, okay, makes sense for what's happening.
$11.30 is the cheapest ticket I saw this morning. So
that's
I mean, again, save yourself that or go to the final. $4,000 for one ticket.
$4,000.
Yeah.
I will watch the World Cup. Like if USA is on, like I'm that stereotypical where you look at the news and you're like, God, this sucks. Everything sucks. And then the game starts and you're like, USA, like losing your mind. I'm not a huge soccer guy. I do like the World Cup.
Yeah, it does all the things, fires up all the emotions. Did you have any more nightmares last night about work?
Nope, didn't remember a single thing from my dream.
See, there you go. You're already getting comfy. You're settling in here. Day 2 was okay.
Yeah. Right, it's been a lot of learning. I did forget, so like show up for the orientation where you sign into everything. She's like, you bring your social security card, and I was like, nope, didn't. So that's a great start.
I don't think I have one. Did you say that?
I think there's a 1 in there. There's numbers.
So nothing planned today. Just back at it, figuring it out, getting settled in. All right, buddy. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. Tomorrow is going to be a really busy day for us. Of course, Bruno at 7:30, like we always do on Thursdays. We're hoping to hook up with new Drake head football coach Matt Walker tomorrow as well. We'll plan that around 7. And if we can, our buddy Josh Betts is going to be down at Arch Madness. He obviously usually covers the UNI Panthers, but we'll get a little bit of an insight from Josh on all of the things that are happening down at the Valley with Arch Madness. Justin, go have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. We'll chat with you tomorrow morning, buddy. All of you, see you tomorrow morning again, 6 a.m. right here on The Rush, therushladio.com.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
As winter turns to spring and the world comes alive again, one thing remains true. Potholes can really mess up your day. From busted tires to knocking your alignment out of whack, hitting a pothole can cause some serious damage. For the month of March, Willis Volvo Cars is offering 20% off pothole special. This includes tire rotate, balance, and alignment package to keep you on the road. To get scheduled, give us a call or head online at willisvolvocars.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the champagne of bars.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.